There are so many things that could eventually trigger someone to go into homelessness. So there's a lot of addiction, there's a lot of poverty, there's a lot of family breakdown, a lot of mental health problems.
I think addiction is everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's Beverly Hills or Broomhouse, you know. We don't just read about it in the newspaper or whatever, it's happening in our front doors, on our doorstep, you know.
I think one of the big challenges for people is living in a community where all your old friends are there, all your drug dealers are living round the corner from you. It's very hard to get away from it. So if they've got places to be that are more positive, more encouraging, that are giving them the skills that they need to move on in their life, I think that goes a long way to making a big difference in someone's life.
You know, we are on the front line. People are at their worst here. They're at the worst point of crisis, they're most needy. So we meet them where they're at, basically, and help to support them.
Everyone is capable of change, absolutely. What you often find is when you start working with someone, they have no belief in themselves and they're often stuck in the past, thinking that they will always be, you know, that person who just keeps making mistakes. And what we try and do is spend a lot of time going, no, like, you are like capable of change. There is potential in you.
Been here, I think about 7 years now, and up in Mingus Hill where we are today, we've got a partnership with the parish church and Crossreach where we run a recovery cafe called Connect Cafe.
You get some people who've not ate for 2 days. You know, can I get 2 toasties? You get soup, you'll get everything. They know they can come because we've got quite a lot of regulars, you know, that come every week. And they can catch up with other people, you know, like Ian and that. They can sort things out for them. I'm quite happy to do it, you know.
We wanted it to be a place where people could come and recover from any mental health challenges or addiction, and we do it through just supporting people who come to the cafe to actually eat at the cafe, taking time with them, getting to know them, their story.
Bethany Homes Glasgow is set up that you could literally just arrive with a bag of stuff and you don't need to worry about anything else. We provide all the furniture. When you arrive, it's almost set up like an Airbnb. Your bed is made for you, your towels are all laid out, there's shampoo, shower gel, and when they go into their kitchen, there's food there so that they can relax, because it is really overwhelming moving into their property for the first time. So we try and have them to a really good standard, and it's to show them we think that you're worth that. It's not enough to give someone their own home, because some people don't know how to manage their own home. They've never been shown, or maybe they've tried and they failed and they're scared to try it again. So we come along people and we help them to manage their own property, and that'll be different for everyone because everyone's got different needs, and yeah, show them that they can do this and they're allowed to stay in these flats for as long as they need. When they feel they're ready to move on, we'll support them into their next home. And it's incredible being able to see the transformation in them from when I first meet them. Even just a month after they've moved in, they are just like different people because they start to actually believe in themselves.
Perfect. I have been involved at the Toast Club for over 10 years, 5 years as a volunteer and the rest as the employed staff. Community development worker is somebody that would go and see how they can develop a service. So we'll work with the clientele and see what suits them individually, uniquely, sort of support people where they're at. We've done like activities, we've done like walks, and we've done cookery, pottery, life skills. And then when there's a volunteer has an idea, we'll always try and promote that. So it's good for their self-esteem, it's good that you are listened, and that it's empowering people to find what they're good at, you know, and everybody's good at something.
The aim today is just to give you a taster of beekeeping. We have a hive here, which is like a baby hive, and what we're going to do today is make some frames.
We have recently got some beehives. It's one of our activities that we thought we could do with the clients. They were quite keen. It's really good for their mental health, well-being, and it's really could lead to employment. So we've just started learning ourselves, and when we were speaking to some of the clients, they were quite keen to be involved. I think giving the people a place, a home, and a belonging. I belong here. I can thrive here. I can learn here. It's a place where your identity is, and you know, and you can grow. You can grow there. Where there's a hope and a purpose.
I would clap my hands, but I don't want to frighten the bees.
So this is the Welcome Centre, which is a really precious place. We can bring people in, we can give them a bed, we can give them food, we can support them, and we can move them on to more permanent accommodation somewhere else, hopefully in the city. So guys, we'll just come through the front door here. So this is the dinner hall. Hello there, how you doing? There's some guys that arrive at our front door basically have the clothes in their back, and don't really have anything else. You know, while they've stayed with us over a period of maybe 2 or 3 days, with the support and the provision that we've been able to, like a warm bed, food, clothes, and just being a listening ear sometimes, you can see them really raised up and lifted up.
Meatballs for two? 2 meatballs.
We can go up to the second floor. I can show you one of the rooms up there. Give you more about it.
Clothing.
We have about 60 odd rooms. We do. Put their card there. So this is pretty much what all the rooms look like the double bed, ensuite. You have your bathroom, your shower. I've brought people in before, and they've looked at their room and seen their bed, and just was like I've had people burst into tears, I kid you not, to see what they've got, and some of them have even said, I don't even deserve this, and I said, well, of course you do. You've come and you're using our service, everybody deserves it. So homelessness is just the tip of the iceberg for these guys. There's a lot more going on in their lives.
So I'm on my way to cooking class at the Charter. We learn a lot of how to bake blueberry tarts or banana bread. We make soups, spaghetti bolognese. You know, we all choose which meal we want to cook.
All our groups are there to help them learn life skills, because that is something which, when you have been in prison or you've been in addiction, you have not been practicing those things. Open and then lift it up, which is quite handy.
I'm a pro at this.
You are a pro at that.
So this is what we do, is we do it together, and it does create a sense of community. So the tenants are so loving and encouraging with each other, and we always call ourselves a wee Bethany Homes family, because this is what we believe we are. We're a family. We come alongside each other, whether it's in the highs or the lows, and it's really beautiful to watch, and the way they celebrate each other is incredible.
My dreams as a wee girl was to grow up and play football, you know what I mean? I never wanted to grow up and be a drug addict, you know what I mean? And like things like that. But last year was a bit hard getting my life back together and that, and just getting out of prison and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But this year I think, yeah, my prospects are more like I'm focused on like getting my life like back together, reaching out and seeing my daughter.
It would be lovely to have this cafe running 5 days a week, you know, and there are projects that have the capacity to do that. It would be lovely to be able to grow and be able to have this cafe open more regularly.
people need to know that there's places like this that people can come and get help. Oh, if I didn't have it, I would miss being around the people that I could talk to, I could share with, and I'm not judged and things like that, you know, and then I wouldn't have that structure. I would love to see something that was 24/7, you know. Recovery isn't just a momentary thing, it is a 24/7 thing, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, cheers, thank you. Not sure. I think James is due.
So Bethany's kind of given me a real second chance, you know. It's like I can walk into this room and all of the baggage that I've got in my mind is like kind of left at that door because you guys treat me with respect, and it doesn't matter what I've done in the past. It's a new beginning. You can fix like homelessness by giving people somewhere to live, but that's not going to fix them. It's just going to fix their immediate need to have a roof over their head, right? Bethany goes beyond that. It goes like, it's the support that comes along with it so that you can have a future again, or you can have that self-worth that you might have lost from being homeless, because nobody wants to admit that they're homeless, so you go through quite a mental breakdown. So yeah, it's important to recognize that it's two things that they do. It's addressing the homelessness, but then it's also making sure that you don't go back to that stage again.
You're given that solid ground to start. So there's so many, I'm sure, who who would love a bed, and I think it would be the first real significant step to turning their lives around, especially if they've been in complete despair and they don't think there's any way out.
It's nice to get encouragement from fellow residents and the staff. They see the growth more than what we do, obviously. It's nice to be, you're on the right path again. Me, I'd have got rid of me a long time ago, but they seen something in me that I didn't, and it's great. I'm so grateful. Without the direction, I think that's for banana cake ready. Oh, we have to cut and run.
There we go.
The way that we come alongside individuals, you know, one individual at a time, that is where you see the change being made. To just have time to listen to them, that is where you see phenomenal change being made.
We do genuinely care for these people, and we want to see them being able to sustain something in their life that it's going to help them move on.
Yeah, it's great when you see somebody turning a corner in their life. Yeah, that's what we're here to do, is to transform lives and support people to become the best they can be.
I feel I'm starting to live again.
When I look back, it was only like about 11 years ago. I was sleeping rough myself, so my life's kind of turned all the way around, and now being able to be here and to reach out to others, I think it's just phenomenal. It's really rewarding in a way where, well, I'm really trusted to do what I do here, so I love it. Totally do. 100%.